I'm ready to switch over to Apex. Because I got mixed feelings learning a new game. I mean, we gotta accept change. You know, um, I know it's been outset. I was listening to one person, and I agree with that. And I can go into deeper levels of that, but it's just you gotta be accepting, even though it's temporary. Now, the information you learn is always time sensitive. Even I knew this growing up in Seaside, like analyzing things around me when there's just so much going on, violence or whatever, directed towards the Puerto Rican community. It's just like knowing something and doing something about it is something different, and knowing about it way too late, you can't outthink it. It's like what I say at the time. You can't outthink a wrecking ball an inch from your face. There's just no way to do it. You just gotta act. You gotta keep moving. You gotta keep accepting that the change, and then you become complacent. I realized later on, maybe then, but I'm pretty sure later on that you do become complacent. It's not just always in you. Can you get back into it like muscle memory? But you do become complacent. In that, at least in that mentality. So, because but then, I do have to say one thing about that is like, here you deal with a lot of racism, and you go off, and your life and your thinking and everything about you is on this heightened level of deeper thinking, understanding of people, and this moralistically towards humanity, for a better community and everything like that. And you realize the people want to justify what you did at a younger age, and they go off on a tangent like this. So you're on a better, here's like the tree of life, right? And you could go any way your behavior, right? And so you diverge off a one path and you go off to a very, if you want to become this over here, and so you do everything to become that. And a lot of good people directed you to become that, like pushed you in that direction. But what happened was we realized that, we basically just grew up, and, or at least me, I improved everything I did. But somehow people just kept attaching and they wanted to become and behave like this. So they want to justify their evil actions on whatever they can to justify it. And so, for whatever reason, in a certain part of Jersey, their behavior went even more racist, more fucked up, whatever. And here I am, being very accepting growing up. And I took a little bit, when I got here, why a little bit racist towards, Asians or whatever, because they pretended to be, my race, whatever, when they're not. And then I realized I had to adjust. I didn't want to become what I hated, because I was very liberal, even though what I did was very fucked up when I was young. And then I just realized, all right, I'm good. And then I got back on that path, whatever, mentally, without doing anything. But, the amount of illegal shit you do when you're young to, you just leave that all behind. And you go on a different path. But people want to believe that they have something, I guess, in the bureaucracy they could attach their behavior to, and believe, well, I could get something from that and justify my behavior from. And I believe that's what happened, and it's just like that progressively gotten worse. And it just, and then I was in the Marine Corps. I sort of realized that they're trying to like get into whatever department they possibly can, and you realize it's just racism. Because I've seen it before, like certain aspects of it. I'm at the core of it, you know what it is. And they try to diverge it off the core of you not being native, you not being them not wanting Latinos, Puerto Ricans to be viewed as native because they want to view us as something other so we don't have political power. And once you get off that thinking, then you play into their narrative. And you always have to readjust or whatever, knowing where it comes from. That's why they say, that's why Puerto Ricans, politically want to gain political power, politically support other, native people, Texans, and they know it, they know, what that struggle is. They would, because, and Texans know that complexity of, of being American, being Latino, having another country there, reaching across the border, and so it's just, it is what it, so very strong communities, where I come from, Puerto Rican and Texas, that go back before the Lone Star Republic, But it's wrapped in other things, You want to wrap it in criminality. In that way, they could be justified, that any kind of organization to separate it. So, and once you know that, you can't really listen to any other argument. You can't. You know where it comes from. So, they want to say it's this and that, but they're really not talking to you. They want to say that's what they're saying to you, but they're really creating these conversations that it's really about crime and this and that. But at the end of the day, it's for political power and diminish ours. So they try to slowly associate you with that criminality. And that's what they did when we were young, any kind of criminal thing, whatever. And I sort of realized it after a while. And I was like, hold up a second. We got you in trouble for the things you never did. And to me, I'm so naive. It's like, oh, okay. I'm like, that's fucked up. But but you sort of, in your mentality, it sort of sinks in. It's like, yeah, I did so much shit fucked up. I could see where that has a point, Hey, what's up? I'm gonna try Apex. I got my FAQ all the way up here. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it should be, so winning is more fun than losing. So, how to get that? I don't even know the weapons. I got my first win. See about it. I'm gonna do some warm up with Gears. definitely a game I could enjoy. I'm gonna do it while there's a population there, and yeah, instead of like always digging for a game over here, because at the end of the day, thanks, yeah. So I got a lot of things going on. I got to do my real estate. I'm definitely working on this other rooms, but I want to redo one of my TikToks. Yeah, thanks. And once I build, damn, okay, my undershirt I got on, but once I build my stream room, it's gonna be top like 1% of 1%, man. It's crazy. It's gonna take a while, or I could re-up. Um, how do I re-up? Yeah, so once I get done doing, this TikTok, I'm gonna do a little sanding at Sunday, but I want to get ready for Monday, that week, and really stick to my schedule. So I got a lot of things going in my head. What do I want to do? But at the end of the day, I have to build my computer room. Um, yeah. Uh, and I just got to keep on keeping on, keep marketing, doing those things, because what it is that I'm up against, I'm not really, it's sort of like chasing the market in real estate. Build for the future. All right, so this is what you want to do. Get all the stuff that are evergreen or whatever, that are always going to be what you need no matter what your build is, like your case. All right, so you got to buy it in sections. Your case is irrelevant on what AMD or Intel, what the technology is. All right, so you take care of that. Yeah, so yeah, and the new hardware coming in. Well, financially, if you want to, you nip it off like in pieces, whatever. Then you get your fans and then your accessories or whatever. You get your software that you're going to have to use. Like your operating system, your Windows. You could do that. But I wouldn't really stick to software that always gets updated. But I've done your power. That's pretty much stationary. That's what I did. Yeah, I'm looking at this graphics cards. So, and the thing is, like, I try to rely on the income that I have right now to do it. So, okay, good. The thing is, like, I have this new understanding about streaming. Like I want to help out. Not only do I want to help out people, but I have to maintain that thinking, whatever. It's okay to make money. That's also fun. By and large, I learned that in college. It's cool, whatever. And I was very like different thinking growing up. Is that so many people came up to me? Is this like, don't better things to you in life and money. So you get this like nirvana type of thing that can't be brought down. This yeah. Yeah, okay, good. Bam, because the desk I'm building, I also have to build shelving, but I realized I can't kind of compromised that it's going to take me another year or two to do the shelving because it's going to be custom. But I wanted to get all the shelving done. It's just like overkill. Let me just get the desks up and start wiring and then do the shelving. And I have to be happy with it. I just have to be happy with it. I have enough. I have like five boards now. I was thinking about getting more. I got other things I got to take care of financially. But I have 7, 8, 9. I have 11 sets of legs for my desk. And the room is about the size of this room. So maybe 12 by 12. So if you think about it, it's a little bit overkill because what I'm doing is doubling up. Yeah, I'm doubling up the legs, and that's what I'm. Yeah, so I want to make sure that I can stack the shelving on top because what I'm doing is using a butcher's block that's about 1.5 inches thick, you know, and then I have to stack up everything on top of that. So I want to make sure it's over-engineered for it. So if you really look at it, it's like 11. That's really about 5 sets. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, 1. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's. As soon as I turn it on, there'd be like no competition, you know. And all it is, it's the only thing people got me on is they have a team of electricians. Then they got me, you know what I'm talking about? Or have an electrician. I don't want to say that's beyond me, whatever. I could wire this shit, but it's just the time and effort is just crazy, you know what I'm talking about? And that's what I got overwhelmed in because I'm just one person, one man hour here, you know what I'm talking about? So, but I always do that, even growing up. It's just, I always wanted to, I always wanted to be like, I can outthink a team. That's my mentality, Superman complex growing up. But the reality is, it's like any group of people, you got to step back and be like, all right, because they could outwork you, outthink you, because you're just one individual, you know what I'm talking about? So the trick is never piss off group of people in general. I learned that growing up, but just work with people, yeah. Yeah, it is. It really is. And what, not only that you have that, you find out other people that like to figure out things on your own, that are good at it, that are quick at it, that want to help you, that even better yet could find out where you need help and identify where it is. And those people could do the same back. And that way there is no lag. Not only do they want to help you out, but they know exactly where to help you out. And it goes back and forth. And it's just like, you're almost like one person. That's like that true little friendship, whatever, you know, I'm talking about that kind of thing. So are you going to try to stream, I'm going to guess? I would. Because you don't really, if you're going to upgrade, I mean, shit. Or, I mean, yeah, a lot of people don't like to be, as soon as you start streaming, you got to take a bunch of shit in your face, you know, it's like a fire hose. You know, right at you, but, you know, I could handle it. I mean, right now I'm not dealing with it, but I think honestly, I think even the government's afraid with me dealing with a lot of shit in my face. They don't know how I'm going to handle it. I tell you how I'm going to handle it. I'm going to have a lot of good people filtering and pulling it away as fast as it comes at me, you know. So I'd rather deal with less is more. And then in reality, that's the only way you got to deal with it. Like a politician, you know. As soon as it comes in, you just be like, no, we don't need to deal with you. You know, we want good criticism. We want good feedback. You just keep shoving it away. Does my mic sound really good? I googled EPOS Vox again. I gotta watch him again. I want to slightly adjust some of the VTS plugs in, whatever. But all right, yeah, okay, cool. But if you want to start streaming, get the Elgato mic and the webcam. So I think it's like 300 total, both things. Buy it used, matter of fact. Buy both of them used. It'd probably get you, I think you could probably get it under 200, both of them. I mean, each under 100. And then you're good. Because I see people who are phenomenal at games. Like, they're all having one or two like viewers or whatever, you know? So not only you have to be good, you gotta have this, you gotta have that. And I'm always guaranteed you, once I get my real estate career takes off, I'm telling you right now, that's when my stream's gonna take off, when I don't need it. You're like, oh, he's somebody. He did something with his life. I did something with my life. I fucked it up. It's like, nah. I'm very thankful. Matter of fact, thinking of that, I gotta be staying more to nutrition. How's working out? Don't forget to work out. Eat healthy, man. Alright. We're good. If not, get back onto it. It's not just walking in the door that's hardest. It's if you fall off of it, trust me, I have to get back into it. I literally have to get back into it. That's the hardest part. Okay, let me get the execution. Let me get the execution. Okay, don't let me get the execution. Okay, cool, get that in. Try to do like from a street light. I mean, like a nice street, yeah, street light.
Got a weapon here.
Like a little wind sprint. Cool. Do like 80%.
Go.
Okay, reloading.
Going loud.
Okay, now yeah.
Bang. Good. Let him steal on top of us.
I gotta play more aggressively.
Took him down.
Not to keep players playing, so I gotta change gears, so to speak.
Venom's creeping up.
We're good. Doc, hey, found some supplies. Let's not get too far apart.
Got caught in the venom.
Ready to go.
Good.
Under attack here.
What do you need? What do you need? My ult's up.
Reload.
Flash out!
Let's do this.
Sniper.
Crack one baddie!
Right between the eyes. Done.
I owe you one.
Reloading. Look out.
Venom's nearly on top of us!
Look out for that. I got this. Incoming flashbang. I'm down.
Reloading!
Incoming flashbang. I need help now.
The fuck, man.
Your history, pal!
Okay. Right after those poppers come in. Right after, if you could hear me, right after those poppers come in, I'm gonna hit my ult.
We trained for this. It's okay, right? Eliminated! Gotta reject! Got some stuff here.
Take it, take everything. I want the hammer bursts.
Got a weapon here.
Under attack here!
Reloading.
Fuck it.
Weapon. Venom's blowing any second now. They taught us this one in basic. Okay, Venom's out. Now we're having fun.
That's what I'm talking about.
Sweet!
Perfect.
After you, asshole. What? Party's over already?
Venom's closing in.
Good to go. Ammo.
Let's show him a good time!
Good to go.
Shot you!
Stick him, goddamn pig! Got caught in the venom!
Bring it on! Took out a Scion!
Weapon!
I'll take that. There's a weapon.
Okay, they're all dead. Up close and personal. Enemies here! Terminated!
Sir, reload!
I'm no doctor, but I'm the next best thing.
Okay, we're good.
Guys, take a look. Supplies. Don't mind if I do.
Good to go. Yes, that was perfect. Okay, reloading.
Finally, a good fight!
Eliminated!
Bang!
Bring it.
Light 'em up!
Nice work.
Venom's right on our
There you
ass!
go.
Rematch? Didn't think so.
Okay, reloading.
Let's not get too far apart. Too ugly to live.
Let's do this. Squeeze the eye. Done.
Yeah! Pour it on! Reloading! On gear!
Flashbang!
You ain't scary!
Flashbang out.
Your time is up!
Good to go.
Put him back in the ground! I see the safe room!
Venom's almost off.
There's a weapon.
Got it!
Okay, they're all dead.
Hey, there's a weapon. There's a weapon. Weapon.
There's
Safe
a
room's
weapon.
open. Okay, I'm inside.
Made it. Yes, indeed.
Made it.
This'll cut him down. You smell that?
This ain't no time to go solo, people. buy us a minute.
Decontamination before entering the safe room is mandatory.
Washing up.
Got him.
How's it going down there? Just picked you up on radar. I'm on my way.
Copy that. Keep our seats warm, huh? Got it. Stock up now. Venom's on the way.
Warning. Warning. Chamber has been breached. Opening in 3, 2, 1.
Back to work. Let's show 'em a good time.
Okay, reloading!
Sniper!
Incoming flashbang. Sweet.
Wasted 'em! Eliminated!
Good shit. Now that's a kill.
Incoming flash! Put him back in the ground! Nice, we got 'em all. Weapon marked. Bring it on!
Down you go.
All clear. You never have enough. Locked and loaded.
We should stick together. Got him. Ammo. There's some ammo.
Pick it up. Party's over here, people. Nice.
Okay, reloading!
Bigger the bastard, bigger the target. Hey, background.
You got a doozy!
Oh fuck.
Good
Here
work!
we go!
Hey, background.
We should regroup soon. Should be good now.
Finally, a good fight. Now that's the kill. Okay, we're good.
Let's do this!
That's some Jedi shit. Time to go solo, people.
Got one on me!
Rematch? Didn't think so.
Where?
I'm at the LZ.
Got it. I need this.
I'm not picking you up until the evac point is
Nothing
clear.
was
Shut that
Stay
opening.
behind. Be ready for anything.
Okay, reloading. I'm out. That's what I'm talking about.
Flashbang out.
Bring it on! Mission accomplished, Gears! Let's move!
Okay. Maybe make it a little easier if I got anything good. Bandit Brothers. Yeah. 7,000 Headshot Master. 5,000. Yeah, like I have enough for it, but yeah, okay, then all 6 of those cards that I get for this will go towards level 6. So that's good. Get a few more cards than that, and that'll be the next one I'll create. So it'll be up to 60%. Let's see, so 5. Okay, so let's do Apex. The thing is, like, what will this all matter in 10 years? Will this game be online? You know what I'm saying? So, I have my fun. I'm good. Same thing with this. Because even like 10 years later, like I remember playing Mecha Soul. Just to get like 10 people in a room out of like, we were like arguing the first game that was really on Xbox, Mecha Soul. Like there's millions of people in the nation around the world. We can't get 20 people online, you know? 10 people. Okay, I'm not gonna read all this. I'm gonna read it while I need it. Don't read everything. I need to know this. You read it. Otherwise, you'd be reading shit you don't. It's like endlessly. What? It's not installed. It's installed. Shut the fuck up. It's installed. Okay, it's not installed in my internal drive. It's the external drive. So there you go. Now it should kick up to over 100. Let's see how long here. Should update again. That's 1%. So you want time when it hits 2%, we'll say okay, 1.5 we'll go at. Ten seconds. 15. 20. 25. Okay, we'll do 30 seconds just to be sure, just in case it dips, right? 30 seconds for 1%. So 2% every minute. So you divide, I would say 90, right? $45 minutes. Oh, okay. There we go. It says it right there. Okay. Take a break. Maybe we'll jump up to like 200. It never really goes up faster than that, because it doesn't matter what your connection is, they only allow a certain amount. That way, if like multiple people download it at the same time, everybody will have it, because then it will prioritize. Someone will be like 1 gig here, and then someone else will have like 2 meps or whatever, what I'm saying. So they cap it. I'm pretty sure they cap it. Almost positive. Down Steam and stuff like that, or that's for sure they don't, but almost positive when it's supposed to do. They don't want to overload the box or whatever, probably. And mix coffee. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. I guess it was kind of ironic, you know, growing up. I get to see like certain Italians, I'm not going to mention names, very sadist, thinking, you know, since they want to pretend to be us, wouldn't be even more sadistic that the one native, undeniably native, that we can't dislodge from saying that he's not native is something else. I could see that. Very sadist. That way they could undercut my authority by my blood and what's that word? Not juxtapose. Not disrupt, interject, some phrase that I can't really think of. And state that and like maybe confuse, obfuscate everything and put in their systematic, then their habitual systematic lying, what they are. And that's always a lot of it growing up too. But it just doesn't make sense, you know, because at the core of who I am, you know, it's just like I cannot, you know, it's just, I guess if you're not native or something else, it's just like you're gonna, like that guy's gonna be Italian. He's gonna make every decision for Italians. So pretending to be Puerto Rican for Italians, you know? Like me, every decision I'm gonna make is for who I am, be native. But and that was really probably what got at them because knowing that other people knew that. And how do you get around that? And so that was their problem. That was their rubrics. You know, because it's not. They wanted to be something about my character or some phrasing, and sometimes I said some fucked up shit and people listened to me, but I sort of pieced it together later on. It had a lot to do with my bloodline and me being native. So you adjust who you are. And since people are always going to support you, it's okay to be good. People are not going to hate you for being good. They're not going to think you're weak for being good. Because you have that support because of who you are. Little stevia there. Stevia, when it's hot, it foams a little bit. It has the calorie content, caloric content, however you want to say it. Not a grammar expert. Of about 1/7 of sugar. And I use about twice, 3 times. We'll say 3 times the amount I should. So I use a bit. So honestly, it's about a third. So my sugar is cut down by, I don't know. I would like to say a quarter. Even more. I think it just passes through you. Someone said, or maybe it's a 20th. I don't know. Whatever it is, I don't fucking know. I gotta look it up. I know I'm looking really conservatively. I know somewhere I read 7th, but that's only one little article. Can't base everything on one little article. Trust me. When I remember my body was allergic to stevia. I didn't know what it was, bro. Stevia. I had like hives everywhere. I had no idea it was that. Or it was the water. I think maybe it was something in the water. In my old building, maybe the pipes got backed up or something. I don't know. So And that's probably the case. But the thing about it is, with my Paget's, my lymphatic system, by the why it's in the bloodline, why it's in the DNA, is that my immune system is hyperactive, it's overactive, it's like super active. Like a superpower. Like if I get just the slightest bit of anything, my immune system attacks it like crazy. Not like not like you attack your body, but it attacks that foreign thing like with everything. So if I get a cold, it's for a couple hours, you know, because my bones are like thick but brittle, whatever. But all through all that, it's so veiny, and all that's lymphatic. So it just goes crazy on it. Like I remember when I was young, like if I stepped in the cold water, like my snot would just come out, and it would just take me. My body would just have to adjust, like for a little bit, and then it would stop. If I jumped in the Hackensack pool or whatever, with a Hackensack well water at the River Edge pool, the same thing would happen. So it took me a little bit to adjust. My body was like, "What's this?" But if I get sick, I get sick. I'm knocked out. So if I get sick enough to where it overrides my immune system, then I get hit hard. I'm out for like a week or two. But I haven't had that in like a couple years. But I'm prepared for it. Like I'm already stocked up on like NyQuil and this whatever. So when it happens, because I can't even move when that happens, that's how sick I get. But I don't get sick. Like I'll be there and I'm done. And even remember growing up, like some people noticed. There was like smarter people than I realized around me that sort of realized stuff. And then after I got sick, they would be around me and breathing in my air. You know, fucking around. You know how kids are. You know, like we know everything and we're superhumans. Like, and so I fed into it too, and I didn't know about it. And they knew more about me than I did. You know, some of them. I mean, when you're dealing with thousands and thousands of people at school, you know, you have no idea. You can't meet everybody. That's the thing. That's the weird thing. And you realize even growing up, you only have time for about 8 dozen people to be around you, you know? So I just got to keep moving forward. It's not like, even speaking of brokers or whatever, it's not like people are going to give you money. You got to keep working for it, and you can't ask for it. So I just got to keep what works, you know. And it's in your mentality, you know, being native, you know. How to grow that crop. Don't give me that crop. How to grow that crop. You know, put that fish in the ground so it grows, right? Don't take that corn, but how to grow that corn. But then you have the bureaucracy, which is not dealing with, you know, it's only humanistic towards white people and not towards you. It's the opposite. It's a punitive disposition towards your demographic. So, and they want to make it look like it's this moralistic, not only that's legal, but it's the moralistic thing to do, and to convince people who don't know any better, know the origins of why they do it, to separate and diminish power of indigenous and people of color. And that's how they get people who are not racist to buy into it. Well, since it's legal, technically legal, we could enforce the laws on this demographic. then you have that, but then you're trying to learn. But now I knew at a certain point I would reach this threshold where it'd be undeniable. And honestly, I have to go with what I have and rip down as much as they can so I wouldn't reach that threshold. But I'm going with what I have. You know, pull us apart to the four corners, everybody that could organize Latino and Native population for political power. But I guess as a man, it's intimidating, but that's why you have women in politics. I mean, that's part of it too. They don't look as intimidating. They're not as smart. They're not as capable. You know, so which is kind of ridiculous. But and that being said, you know, I could say maybe that's why Puerto Rico's more matriarchal, but I don't think it is. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, maybe, but I don't really give a fuck. They're just, they have time and the luxury, and we have the luxury of having that nurturing aspect. And I could say that's a little bit misogynistic, but we have that nurturistic quality in our politicians. So, and in our democratic society, we can have women in politics, you know, so it's half the population. But, you know, there should be concessions, you know. I mean, there's a lot of very patriotic Native people, Puerto Ricans, Texans, you know. What do you think is on the border? It's Texans, obviously. Native Texans. Latino speaking Tex, like, what is it, like, someone told me like more than, I don't know, more than a quarter or a third. And like me thinking like there's even more. It goes, you know, saying I have different levels of thinking this, and I compartmentalize it in my head. You know, different possibilities, but I can only use each possibility as a foundation. And how much does that play into another one? I don't know. So it's sort of like a ratio of each compartmentalized like thinking of scenario that I do have. But in one of these scenarios, it's kind of an outlier of messing with the DNA of the native population to make it seem more white or separate from other Native Americans, that it's not, that these genealogical things are something that can be quantified towards, for the quantified how they want it to be, which is kind of obvious because indirectly you do that by just laying your hands on it. But I think it's a little bit more organized because some of the things I look at is just like, I don't know, that doesn't really make sense to me. Because, you know, I look at it and I see like half the family having 75-80% native, and they're all, and they're by blood, and they're all light skinned. And here I am. I'm getting 49.5% 444% being native, and I'm dark from being native. You know, and then it was, you know, before that it was over 50%. So it's just someone's fucking with the numbers, you know. So, and so this is an easy thing to do. I have to take my bloodline of my sisters, my blood sisters, and numbers, because I'm the outlier. You know, I'm talking about, I'm the number you have to discard. You know what I'm talking about? So I have to take all the other numbers of all my family that are 80, you know what I'm saying? 75, 80. You know, up there, 60, all up in there, being native. And if you're a scientist, you realize that if I'm the one number that's over here, and they're all light skinned, so it doesn't correlate, it doesn't make any rational sense. Someone's tweaking this towards, you know, white people being more native when I'm the one looking more native, so I should have more of those phenotypes and alleles be native. So, and that's probably what it is indirectly, because they want, and you could do that. It could be directed, indirected, or a combination of both, one and the other. People want to say, well, I'm native, and so this sequence is native, so I'm going to put it over in native category. And then what happens is all these white people have native, and then the people who, then all of a sudden you gotta deal with people who actually are native, and it's like, well, that wasn't supposed to happen. You know what I'm talking about? It's just like, what was the chances someone in America for all these generations looking native, like in the history books? No. Well, he has to come across the border. But then you look at my history of all, if you go down, it's all in America, all in America, all in America. You're really close. You pushed us all around, you know, all around in America to the fringes of the empire, but it's still in America. And they're like, well, that's a really, you know, rare occurrence. But what, and you play your chances, what are the chances of that happening? Rare. But then I look at, you know, I call, you know, on family, then there's always that 1 in 20 or within the family that comes out dark like me. They're not light. But here you are dealing with other Latinos and Puerto Ricans of color, and arrive in Hawaii. I know I'm going off on a tangent. It's not really associated. So I was just thinking about it now. That you hear derogatory Puerto Rican, you know, old ones, you know, weasel and that. And I know where that's from because I analyzed some of these terms. And who gets called this? It's like lighter skinned Puerto Ricans that have black features because it doesn't really match. And I get that, you know? And it's racist, and me saying that's kind of fucked up. But people don't know where it comes from. And then when I got here, I sort of heard some of these other Puerto Rican derogatory terms, and I was like, do you understand like some of these phrases and thinking is anti-Puerto Rican, you know? And they didn't realize it. And I told a few people this, and they're like, oh, okay. But that's how I sort of figured out that some political thinking was being interjected over here to convince people, but them not knowing exactly what it is, put it forward. And I was like, you don't really know what's happening. This is more organized than you think. And then you hear specific phrases that only certain people use. And like, well, they're listening to this side of the story and not our side, not our narratives. And these people who said they're Puerto Rican, but they're Italian, but not who are actually Latino, native, and grew up with all these injustices, you know? But then again, I think back, and was it a few loyal people for, you know, that are American? I don't know, they were special ops or something. Probably back in the Vietnam War or something like that. And I can't even say it now, but they sort of held true to some of the things they said. But maybe by happenstance, like I got the most idiotic people to carry forward some of these like racist shit, or maybe that's the only people that do it, is the idiotic, or a combination of both. But to have the weakest people come at you is like it's a fucked up blessing in disguise, you know. In an odd, fucked up world, you know. The stupidest, weakest people always coming after you. And you know, because even growing up, they're like, "Well, you're always a sinner, all the trouble." I'm like, "No, I'm not." Maybe, I guess, but I back down like it's cool. It's like well, when I can't, I do something. That's when I react. When you don't give me the option to, I come back. You know, I hold the line. You know, where it's safer to do what we did. But they try to obfuscate and, you know, their fucked up shit into your actions. And they convince a lot of people at the time. And so that's where you get into mentality like you can't do anything wrong. You remove any kind of criminal activity so they can't confuse their bullshit actions with you, their sadistic, you know, behaviorisms with you. But it's easier said than done, you know, you gradually purge it out of you, you know. I mean, but as a kid, you know, when you're young, you know it, but you make a commitment to it. But what is that? What does that look like? How do you do that? You don't know how. No one told you. You know, so you have to figure it out on your own. But then lo and behold, everybody acts like they're this mafioso, criminal, hardcore individual without actually doing that work, without being violent. And you'd realize, oh, by being pacifist minded, they look like you're a pussy. And I think that's a lot of it too, that people want to come forward and be like, oh no, Supreme, don't do that to him, whatever. That he's hard, you know, so people don't approach me the wrong way, you know, but you know, still people just, you still got that shit. I was like, no, I mean, I'd be cool with you, you'd be cool with me, but if I see something dumb, it's just like it's safer to be up in your face. You know what I'm talking about? It just is. And tell me I'm wrong. Because you chose that. I didn't choose that. Because even growing up, like white people be like, "Oh, I want respect, I want power, I want sex," and here we are. People give you jobs. You know what I'm talking about? We don't get jobs. You have to make money. We don't want to fight a war with this demographic and that demographic. We're trying to make money. And then you come after us because by necessity we have to do what we have to do and have to make it work. And you want that associated with you, that ability, so you come after us. And we don't want to do that. We want to get in no fights at all because it disrupts everything. So we try to maneuver and, and dodge and weave around it, until we can't. Then finally we have to make a commitment to be like, all right, we have to deal with it. We can't back down anymore. And then we succeeded. And that's when people got, it was what it was. And you can sort of, even now I could think about what their personalities were, but what they threw out that had been reflective. And then some of them being on America's Most Wanted, and some of the stuff they did was kidnapping and tying up their own Italian people. Now I know it was reflective. That's who they were. And I'm not supposed to I'm supposed to feel bad. And only one or two instances that I regret. And I know not to ever do drugs, or any kind of, or to be around really good people if I ever do it. Because when people start calling you animals, that's what they are. And they want other people to view you as that and do whatever it takes to do that. Why? Because it brings them power, brings them respect and money. It's like, why would I do that? And that's their thinking. I was like, well, that's exactly why you do that. And that is the stimulus. So you get something. Very simplistic. But the thing is, when people don't call you out on it, you get into this mindset that it's okay. That you could convince people of that. That it's perfectly natural to treat people like this and to say this. But once you get into an argument with someone, but that's also true that once you get into this mindset and no one comes back at you and debates you or gives you any kind of criticism, you're not prepared for it. You're not prepared for this criticism. You don't know how to. The people constantly got to say something of what you're doing. And that's what, in Jersey, definitely what happened in the city if you're out and about. People are constantly like, what are you doing that for? What the fuck are you doing? Oh, okay, that's cool. That's how you do that. All right, what's up with this? How's that going? Okay, whatever. It's always something, some kind of conversation going back and forth, And so you're always adjusting. But if you're out in the middle of nowhere in the Pacific, you get into this odd type of thinking. And it goes off in the tangent. That's what I had to deal with. But it's funny because they're so used to people not verifying shit, and you could see it like, does it make sense? But then again, I could complacent because I don't really have that feedback either, but I have to. And I'm lucky I have a decent enough memory to remember a lot of it, you know? But I'm sort of, definitely you could tell by this looking at me, I fall off on a lot of things. I'm just like, I have to go back to Jersey, New York, and reinvigorate. Or outside Miami and retire there, be around my people, and get re-energized. More Americana, real, heavily, you know, go, 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 go. Oh, is it almost done? Let me, I can let the bathroom break. Yeah, you just think back. I don't know. You realize some of the things you said carried over, not some of the funny things too, and some of the fucked up things. But stuff you can't talk about.
One day I'll get you out of this. I promise.
Attention, the champion has been eliminated.
Well, what I will say,
My gun.
the fight for civil rights, and that aspect I don't want to talk about.
You shouldn't be here.
But certain people don't know it by word for word, and that was what was ripped
You need to go home.
and eviscerated, and you know that's what it's about.
It's the only way you'll be safe.
Warning, ring closing.
We'll head to the bunker, resupply.
We should get to high ground. That's what my mom always said.
And the parts that wasn't eviscerated, you don't want to talk about. Why? Okay. So, what guns do I want to use? Just Google it. Best gun in Apex. Apex. Oh, it changes. I see. You know, I was looking up FAQ, and the first thing that came up is, of course, the website. Instead of teaching you how to play, it was about the loot boxes, about the bundles, and I don't. And it leads you into a thinking of this is what you need to know about, or this is what your mind has to be thinking about, or whatever. You know, all those little microtransactions, but literally, you know, you need to know what gun it is. You know what I'm talking about? So that's what got me thinking about. You know, how everybody gears you towards it. And when you're young, people already knew about it. There's like dissertations written like in the 60s and 70s. Probably even before that was built on, and they were talking, and I was talking to these people, and you're like, man, that's crazy shit. But some of it made sense. Now that I think about those conversations,
Yes, I'm champion.
there's really good people I was speaking to.
What am I?
You're my teammate. Oh,
Is that JT Money I'm speaking to? Eston, how you doing? Can you go over to your dad and tell him to pick up the controller? Eston? Can you do me that favor?
I get this.
Then-
I'm gonna get this chest.
I'm gonna get this one. No, that one, that one. I want this one. I didn't get anything. If there's a gun in here, I call it. I got the Mazimba. The Mozambique?
The Mozambique.
Oh, the Mozambique.
Mozambique.
Sorry about that.
Mozambique. Mozambique. Yeah, it's class 5.
I don't really play this game that much. That's why I don't really know all
Alright,
the...
good. Well, I'm just gonna rely
Yeah, same
on
as
you
me. I
to
play
win
this
the
game
game.
a lot, and I don't know.
Alright,
and
so
I don't know
no
the
pressure.
names.
Oh,
Call me.
you don't know? Oh, what are names? Okay, I'm coming.
Call me.
Is he good?
I'm the champion. No, no. The
You
guy
kill him.
just cracked. The guy just kill that guy.
I killed one.
No.
No!
Come here.
No, he's gonna kill me. He's gonna finish me. He's gonna finish me. Kill the other way. Kill him, kill him, kill him. He's running, he's running. Oh my gosh. He's such a dingus, bro. That guy's such a dingus. He was running. He didn't listen. This is not how I'm like.
No. Stupid.
Who's it? Okay, okay. Yeah, he's that one bad. No! That guy's dumb. That guy didn't do anything. Turn back to
Alright,
lobby.
I'm gonna put you on the avoid list there, Austin. Nothing personal. Start with your teammate first and then work your way down. Oh, this is a week ago. Of course it's not on it here. Force. Do me a favor, can you press the power button on your Xbox? See if it's working. We're good. When you first got you can get a few people every once in a while, you know. Well, you get one person in a blue moon.
Time to see if all those drills have paid off.
Now run with me. I'm ready for a match.
Who's got a mic?
Each choice changes everything.
Okay, good. Mic check, mic check. mic's not working here. Changing the input. 3, 2, 1.
Enemy live near me. Watch yourself. They got me. I'm down.
At least I got the sound back. Turn it down a little bit. Alright, that's good. I think I should start at the edge of the map and work your way in, you know? Start at the center, there's too many people, you know? And if you really think about it, most people are going to drop towards somewhere on the map, and when it's periphery, be less people. And it's sort of like the mentality of like dropping in a hand grenade in there or whatever, right? And then you come in after that shit.
Already inside. Contact.
You need to create that confusion and all that mayhem.
Let's go.
Let them go at it. And then you come in with your people. And they already know and already caused all that mayhem and chaos and bullshit and lies, you know.
New kill leader. Go on, watch out.
Thinking growing up, you know.
There's a care package coming down.
Yeah, well, you know, when you deal with it diluted, when you're older and this whole politics thing with Trump, you're just like, it's at a lesser level. Because they're getting stuff that you did, you know. And they're like, oh my God, it works. Well, and they just keep it at that level and you don't want to talk about it.
This way. Forget that.
So it doesn't increase, you know?
Let's explore this way.
Okay.
But then, you know, as soon as it gets enforced violently, it becomes a political arm. Then you're looking like SS and shit.
Map contact.
Good try, Skittles. Skittles having a fucking toxin in its goddamn little glaze. I remember reading about that growing up. Or it's like, and try to be like, oh, it's beeswax. Nope. I never ate candy growing up. And someone told me, like, oh, you don't eat candy. And it's like, that's a good thing. And I was told why, because there's toxins in it. Like some of the people who are like are really educated before the internet. They read this shit. They knew. I don't really have any food. Like I don't like sweet food. You know me. It's just weird. I don't like ice cream. Didn't have it a lot. Sherbet. I thought I would like that, but I don't like it. You know what I mean? Soda's the only thing. And I think I would enjoy something, but then I realize it's processed and I still don't like it. And I realize it's not even food. So I think the only bad thing I drink would be energy drinks. If that's the one bad thing I drink, I think I need to go back and not drink soda. I'd be a lot happier. And I could just be like, I don't put any extra sugar, no sweets.
All that matters is being the last one alive. Pop the smoke, make 'em broke.
끝내버리자.
This is your champion.
I always pay my respects to your families. Think that makes me soft? You're in for a rough
Hey,
match.
I'm the jump master. Ready up.
They're gonna drop on top of that. You know.
Let's touch down here. Hold on tight. It's time to drop, shock, and rock.
Heard that. Round 1. Beginning ring countdown.
We aren't in the ring.
Attention.
Check your stations.
First blood.
There goes the first. They'll get the rest.
Okay, so it's these white things that you open that says supplies on it. Imagine that.
Heads up. Package coming in.
Attention. There is a new kill leader.
They found a new kill leader.
That's a good one. What's this called?
I've got eyes on one of them over there. Enemy spotted over there.
Yeah, they see us.
My ultimate's charged and ready.
Go this way. Pop and smoke.
I know that building.
Relocate to the gondola. Cancel that. Moving cover. Use the gondola here.
Half the squads are left. Let's smoke them.
They got the champion.
Okay, we gotta go.
Round 2. Beginning ring countdown.
Let's transfer to this spot. One of them over there.
Replicator being delivered.
They're far. Yeah, enemy spotted.
Replicator touching down.
Let's relocate here.
Alright, here we go. Are we jumping on?
We are not the first ones here.
Let's go this way.
Yeah, backpack here. Level 2.
I'm down.
Shield is cracked. Reloading. Yeah, I put one down. Hold on. I'm not done yet. Right here, got one. Enemy right here. Enemy agent right here.
We found company.
Let's go this way.
Let's see here. How do you get stuff? So I got 3. I just want to get the people, you know? As I get familiar with it, I'll figure it out. Just play it, and then, you know, when I feel motivated, I'll figure out what each tab does, basically, you know? Like, even on this crossover here, I don't even know what the fuck that is. That's people, I guess, social settings, net, and some bars over there, so. Just keep playing, but alright. One more thing, one more thing.
Oh, damn.
What's up, what's up, what's up? Can you hear me? muted.
It's that simple. Let's pick the right way and go.
They're not gonna know what hit them.
One kill.
Got a good feeling about this area. Dropping in, hang on.
Turn up the sound. Now I can turn up the sound. So game is good.
Go this way.
It's like hear the game, then turn down their voice. Thank you.
First blood.
All right, let's do this thing.
Okay, weapon.
Already inside.
Let's reposition here.
Jump up that. Yep.
Champion eliminated.
The champion made a poor choice.
Grab some materials.
Good, we're inside.
Let's check out this way. Shield up.
Boom.
Care package being delivered.
Care package incoming. Y'all earned this. Just watch your backs.
New kill leader appointed.
We got ourselves a new kill leader. Let's go here.
Oh, okay. I like that. Scrolling where the fight is.
Let's check out this area.
Alright, brothers, got my ultimate ready.
Kill confirmed.
Good job.
What do I need? So how do I heal up?
Let's relocate here.
Where's my weapon?
Giving him the chimney.
Watch yourself. There's another squad attacking.
They got me. I'm down.
New kill leader appointed.
New kill leader. Watch for them.
Drop shots and rocks. Good old days.
Phasing. Getting shot at. Opening fire. Enemy shield broken. Healing up. Eyes are open now. Need to recharge my shields.
What happened to my fucking weapon, man? I went through that person's stuff and my weapon disappeared.
Hey, replicator, falling from the skies.
Close map. There we go. Next teammate. See what he's doing. You got him. You got him. That guy's good. What's his name? TTV. Nice job.
I'm down. Need help. This way, let's go. Help. Let's go this way.
That's how I gotta be, you know. It's usually how I play too, you know. They just gotta get a good game and, you know, things gotta align. Get up to that point. Are you gonna earn a mute? You earned a mute.
Time to put some lead downrange.
Oh, steamed up and ready to burn. Gonna be a good match. I can feel it in me stash.
Two kills.
Looks fun over there. Enemy spotted. Way out there, like little cucarachas.
a prime spot for mayhem. Bombs away!
We could check out here. Yes.
Faster and faster.
Someone out there. What do you think is over here?
Safety's off. Enemy landed on me. Taking damage.
Crafted enemy
Watch it.
shield.
Landed near me.
I'm down. No bueno.
Healing. Watch my.
Being shot at.
Attention. First blood.
Find out how to use melee list. I got it, so I kept that button. So as to press the joystick. So remember that. Keep building on top. Alright, melee, boom, got that down. Get a weapon. If all these things add up, and then learn the map, and then everything will be like, well, you want to do that seamlessly, whatever, but all those like subconsciously, you'll know that like muscle memory, you'll get good. Just gotta work through it. And I think that's a lot of it. Work through that frustration till you know it, and the confusion. People don't want to break through that because maybe they think that's indefinite or whatever, and then you have the human nature of people trying to extend that that confusion, that frustration as long as possible, you know, for power, money, or to make them seem somewhat above when they already did that or never had to do it themselves.
Time to see if all those drills have paid off.
The hubris of who we all are.
We're in this together.
Bring it in. Mama made of steel.
This is your champion.
Sup, 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 sup. Okay, punk. Oh, muted.
Hey, stay on me. I'm the jump master. Hold on tight. Shot and rock.
How do you go faster?
Got our first worm, compadres. Ready, set, go.
Round one. Beginning ring countdown.
Next ring, not close.
45 seconds. Ring ain't close. Double time, people.
Thank you.
New kill leader. Call him if you spot him.
In progress.
Ring's closing. I like pushing limits as much as the next guy, but we gotta go.
I'm taking a guess at the weapons. I gotta read what they are and then know what they look like. I guess I gotta do one at a time. Boom.
Agent to use this ultimate, amigos.
Care package being delivered.
Looks like a care package is coming in. Big things in that.
Charge rifle.
Got some materials for us.
Gracias.
You're welcome. Let's go this way. Vending machine here. Kit up. Thanks. Squads left. No time to be tired.
No problemo.
Extended light. G7 scout here.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Take his word for it. Programmer. Oh shit. I'm moving quickly. Pokey punk. Tuna fish. Tuna fish punk. Oh shit.